Good morning, it's Tree Man Cam here. Welcome back, Tool Tuesdays. We're in the shop today. If you can tell, it's a little bit of a mess in here. Just tree service has been going like crazy. I know Brian, the mill guy, has been going crazy, and so sometimes the shop gets a little away from us from time to time, but on our slow days we do manage to tidy it up. And so yeah, with weather getting cold, we like to come in here. We start our mornings off. We hang out by our table, and we talk about our evening, catch up a little bit, and then we roll into our work orders. And so Josh, our boss, the manager, he'll hand our work order out. We'll discuss the jobs, and we'll get our plan for the day. And so that happens right here around our little garden table, and some of our mixed mash chairs and such. And so yeah. So in our shop, we have this mess of a corner. We have some extra gear, extra rope. We have this is my bucket harness. We have our combi systems, our hedge trimmers, and our pole pruners, extra rakes. I don't know about you homeowners, but our rakes, we go through them like hotcakes. Like, they get used and abused day in, day out. And so rakes are a constant need. Like, we need to stay on top of it. We want to provide you with a quality service, so we'll try to rake your lawn to the best of our abilities and try to make it look like we were never here. So our rakes are to make it look like we were never at your property. And then we have some extra chain, some mix. We don't buy any pre-mixed stuff. We just buy premium gas. Pre-mix our stuff in a 10-liter can. We have our bar oil, our chainsaw oil for the bars and the chain. And being that it's cold now and we're in the colder season, we've switched over to a light. And so you have 3 different mixes of oil or bar oil. You can have heavy, medium, and light. Spring, fall, you can go to a medium. And then in the summertime, you want to go heavy, because it's a lot hotter, it runs a lot smoother. And then when it's wintertime and it's cold, we moved over to the light, so that way the chain will still have that viscosity, or the oil will still have that viscosity and keep moving through the chain, and so that way you're lubricating it and you're not gonna burn your bar up. And then we have extra jerry cans. Up here, this little red box goes onto our combi system. So in some of our helmets, you'll see, as I talked about before, we have this is a Bluetooth system, so we can stay in touch with each other while guys are aloft, while guys are on the ground. This big black box has our Cobra cable system. So some of our clients have tried to preserve their trees and preserve their unions of the trees, and so we'll use a Cobra cable or a steel cable. We don't have any steel cable here, but Cobra cable is here. Down at the bottom, chains, and then some extra tools, and just extra blowers, pole saw. On Mill Guy Bry's videos, you've seen, he hasn't gone into detail, I don't believe, about it, but that's his wood miser band sharpener. And so that keeps his stuff sharp so he can run the mill and do all that. That corner over there is extra lubricants, stuff for trucks, cleaning stuff, so on and so forth. It's hard to tell because it's all behind, it's behind my laundry hamper. And then in front, this is kind of nobody else gets this, but for some reason I got it. This is my laundry room, and I don't really typically wear my stuff home. I typically come here, hang it up, let it dry, and then wear it again tomorrow, and so on and so forth. Wear it a couple days before I wash it, because, you know. And then in this corner, we had a client actually. He dropped a chainsaw off for him, and I filed it up for him. So this is his. We don't really run Huskies, and this is still only kind of place. So if you got a Husky, see you later. Unless you need a sharpen, then I can do that for you. And then we make our own chains, and so we buy a spool. We'll run them low, but we buy a spool like this, and we have chain, and then we run it through here. We have a chain brake. So that pops it, and then over here is a crimper and that tightens our rivets up, and so we just spin this, get the heat going, and then that squishes the rivet back together. And so this area here, this big bench, I believe boss man Brad, he milled this up probably when he first started, and made a nice countertop for us. And so it's kind of shrunk a little bit. It's got some gaps in it, so I'll have to order up a new one. So if you guys could put that in the comments and let boss man Brad know that we need a new countertop, that'd be awesome. Appreciate it. And fire extinguisher, because we got a gas and oil and all that stuff, so we gotta keep this place kind of safe. And then right here is our big vise. This is where all of our stuff gets filed. We hand file everything. All of our chainsaws, other than the bandsaw stuff. All of our chainsaws, so from our small climbing saws up to our big 32, 36-inch bars. We'll put it in here and we hand file stuff. You may have seen around town, driving around, they hang these big things up all over poles, and I've had the pleasure of doing that one day. And the fridge, keep our water in there, keep our lunch, keep our stuff cool. Basically Brian's fridge, because he's the only one that stays here while the other tree crew's out and about. And then yeah, air compressor. And that's about it for in here, really. It's a bit of a gong show, it's a bit of a mess, but it keeps us warm in the winter and keeps us a little cool in the summer. And so overall, not a bad little garage, bad little shop for us to just do our maintenance, do our catching up, and just get our day rolling. Good way to begin the day, get a laugh, and then good way to end the day, sit around, get a laugh again, and then do it again the next day. So that's Tool Tuesdays. Thank you very much, and we'll check you next time.